You open the mailbox or your email, and there it is, a bill that looks official, familiar, and routine. You have paid bills your whole adult life: utilities, medical insurance, credit cards, subscriptions. This feels normal. You might even say to yourself, I will just take care of this now and move on with my day. Most people do, but stay with me. This is important. For many adults over 60, the most expensive financial mistakes do not come from risky investments or big purchases. They come from ordinary bills paid without a second look. The hidden risk is not carelessness. The hidden risk is trust mixed with habit. And that combination quietly costs seniors thousands of dollars every year without anyone ever warning them. What makes this especially tricky is that nothing feels wrong in the moment. There is no alarm, no obvious red flag, no strange request, just paper or pixels that look like they always have. Over time, that routine becomes automatic, and automatic payments turn into automatic losses. My name is Judith Carver, and I help older Americans understand everyday legal and financial situations that can quietly cause harm when no one explains them clearly. I am not a lawyer, and I do not provide legal advice. This content is for educational purposes only, and if you need advice for your specific situation, you must contact a licensed attorney or qualified professional. My role is to slow things down and help you see patterns so you can protect yourself calmly and confidently. I have worked with countless seniors who did nothing wrong, yet paid money they did not legally owe. Your rights do not expire with age. Now listen carefully. The first bill to always slow down on is medical billing. Many seniors assume medical bills are accurate because they come from doctors, hospitals, or insurance companies. In real life, medical billing errors are extremely common. Charges can be duplicated, coded incorrectly, or applied to services you never received. One retiree paid a bill for a procedure that had been fully covered, but the claim was processed incorrectly. The emotional consequence was confusion, followed by frustration when she realized the mistake months later. What made it worse was discovering the correction window had already passed. That is how small errors become permanent losses. Stay with me. The punchline is medical bills deserve verification, not assumption. Here is where it gets interesting. Explanation of benefit statements are not bills, but they look like bills. Seniors often pay them, thinking payment is required. An explanation of benefits is simply a summary of how insurance processed a claim. Paying it can create overpayment that is difficult to recover. The emotional result is feeling foolish afterward. The reality is, the design is confusing by nature. Stay with me. If it does not clearly say payment due, pause before paying. Most people never notice this. Utility bills can quietly change. A promotional rate ends. A service is added. A fee appears without explanation. Many seniors pay automatically because the amounts are not drastically higher. Over time, these small increases add up. One couple paid for equipment they returned years earlier. The emotional impact was disbelief. The short truth is loyalty does not guarantee accuracy. Pause for a moment. Credit card bills deserve careful review, especially interest charges and fees. Late fees, annual fees, and rate changes can appear without clear explanation. Seniors living on fixed incomes feel these changes deeply. One man assumed a balance increase was from normal interest, only to discover a penalty rate had been applied. The emotional consequence was anxiety about money security. He began cutting back in other areas unnecessarily because he thought his finances were slipping. Only later did he learn the charge could be disputed. Stay with me. The punchline is silence on a statement does not mean consent. This is the part nobody talks about. Subscription services quietly drain accounts. Streaming platforms, delivery services, and memberships often continue long after use stops. Seniors may not notice because payments are small and automatic. Over a year, they can total hundreds of dollars. What begins as a minor monthly charge slowly becomes a silent expense. Because each amount is modest, it rarely triggers alarm. One widow continued paying for services tied to her late spouse's email. Each charge was a reminder of loss and also a source of quiet frustration. She felt overwhelmed by the idea of tracking down accounts and passwords. The emotional result was sadness mixed with resignation. Stay with me. This is common, and it is not a failure. These systems are designed for ease, not clarity. The grounding reminder is convenience should never replace awareness. Taking time to review subscriptions is an act of self-respect and financial care. Stay with me. Insurance bills, especially supplemental health, dental, vision, and life insurance, require review. Premiums can increase, coverage can change, and duplicate policies are common. Some seniors unknowingly pay for overlapping plans. The emotional cost is feeling trapped by paperwork and terminology. The punchline is insurance complexity benefits those who never ask questions. Watch out for this. Property tax bills and assessments can contain errors, especially after changes in ownership, exemptions, or local rates. Seniors may qualify for reductions or freezes they are not automatically given. One homeowner paid higher taxes for years because a senior exemption was never applied. The emotional aftermath was anger, followed by grief over lost funds. The truth is, eligibility does not activate itself. Here is where it gets crazy. Home repair invoices can include vague charges, inflated labor, or unnecessary services. Seniors often trust contractors recommended by friends or community sources. A bill may look professional, but lack detail. One homeowner paid for repairs that were never completed. The emotional consequence was loss of trust. The short truth is a bill without clarity deserves questions. Do not let them fool you. Phone and internet bills often bundle services you no longer use. Landlines, voicemail packages, and add-ons quietly remain. Seniors who rarely change providers are especially affected. One woman paid for international calling she never used. The emotional result was feeling taken advantage of. The takeaway is long-term accounts need periodic review. This is important. Collection notices sometimes arrive for debts already paid or not owed. Seniors may pay just to make it go away. The emotional driver is stress avoidance. One man paid a collection bill tied to a medical visit covered by insurance years earlier. The emotional cost was resentment toward himself. The punchline is peace should not be purchased without proof. Most people never notice this pattern. Bills that demand immediate action often discourage review. Language like final notice, urgent, or last chance triggers fear. Seniors raised to pay obligations promptly are especially vulnerable. The emotional consequence is rushed decisions. The grounding truth is legitimate bills allow time for review and dispute. Now listen carefully. Automatic payments are convenient, but dangerous when left unchecked. Errors repeat monthly. Seniors may assume someone else is monitoring accuracy. One retiree paid an incorrect premium for years because autopay hid the increase. The emotional result was regret. The punchline is automation requires supervision. Here is the part nobody talks about. Many seniors feel embarrassed asking questions about bills. They worry about sounding confused or difficult. This silence benefits billing systems, not people. The emotional toll is quiet stress. Stay with me. Asking questions is not confrontation. It is protection. Pause for a moment. You have the legal right to request itemized bills, explanations, and corrections. You have the right to dispute charges. You have the right to take time before paying. These rights do not disappear with age. The emotional impact of knowing this is relief. The truth is, informed consumers are harder to pressure. This is where clarity returns. A simple habit of review can prevent long-term loss. Compare bills to prior statements, question unfamiliar charges, involve a trusted person if needed. What matters is not speed, but understanding. Even a few extra minutes can uncover errors that would otherwise repeat for years. Seniors who adopt this habit often describe a sense of relief and control returning. The emotional benefit is restored confidence. You stop feeling at the mercy of paperwork and start feeling grounded again. Stay with me. The punchline is awareness pays dividends. Look, paying bills has always been part of being responsible, but responsibility does not mean paying blindly. Over 60, you have earned the right to slow down, question, and protect what you worked for. The shift is simple, but powerful. Instead of asking, how fast can I pay this? Ask, do I truly owe this? That question alone saves money, stress, and dignity. If a bill feels confusing, aggressive, or overwhelming, contact a licensed attorney, qualified financial professional, or trusted advocate who can help you understand your options. You deserve clarity, not pressure. Carry this mindset forward with confidence and calm. And if this information helps you recognize a pattern or avoid a mistake, share it with your friends, neighbors, or family members who may face the same pressure. Many seniors fall into these situations simply because no one warned them. A simple conversation can protect someone you care about. Carry that forward with you. Your rights do not expire with age.